What's up, guys? Jay here with Tap and Turn Gaming, coming at you today on location from the Battlegrounds with Derek. This video I'm going to be doing a little deck tech for a Tiny Leaders deck. So let's kick it off here and take a look at my general for this deck, which is Geist of St. Traft, a 3-cost 2/2 with hexproof, that when he attacks he spits out a 4/4 flying angel with flying, tapped and attacking, and that token gets exiled at the end of combat. Pretty potent general, basically can't be touched with any kind of spot removal or anything like that, and especially in Tiny Leaders. The only real way that I can see him biting it is if you have some sort of 3 or less mana cost board wipe, which I don't think there are any. Maybe a Black Sun Zenith or something like that, but you know, he's pretty potent. He is very hard to kill, especially in this format. So that's my general, Geist of St. Traft. First up, we'll take a look at my land base of this deck. With it being blue-white, pretty basic. We have an Adarkar Wastes, Azorius Chancery, Azorius Guildgate, a Coastal Tower, a Tranquil Cove, Glacial Fortress, Hallowed Fountain, and a Seachrome Coast. And then the rest of my mana base is just basics. I have 5 of each, so I have 5 islands and 5 plains. So 18 lands altogether in this deck. So that's my mana base. Next up, we'll take a look at the creatures that I run. Now, the overall theme of this deck is to disrupt your opponent's creatures by either tapping them down, you know, exiling them temporarily, things like that, just to allow the Geist of St. Traft to go in and hit your opponent unopposed, and more than likely have that 4/4 Flying Angel go in unopposed as well. So that's overall the theme that I went with the deck, so you'll see that in the creature base. So here we have Master Decoy, he taps guys. Fiend Hunter, he's basically an Oblivion Ring on a stick. Flicker Wisp, he'll temporarily exile another permanent, and then that comes back at the next end step. Mist Meadow Witch will exile creatures for 4 mana, and then they come back at the next end step. Azorius Guildmage taps creatures and counters activated abilities. Banisher Priest, basically Fiend Hunter, a straight copy of him, just a 2/2 instead of a 1/3. Gold Meadow Harrier taps guys. Blinding Mage taps guys down. Gideon's Lawkeeper taps guys down. Land and Relic Warder, he's kind of like a Fiend Hunter just for artifacts and enchantments. It gives me access to deal with permanents of those types. Pestermite, Flash Flying, and taps or untaps something when it comes in. And Deceiver Exarch, Flash, he will untap a permanent I control or tap a permanent an opponent controls. So that is my creature base of the deck. Next up, we'll take a look at my instants. There's only 3 of them. First up is Reality Shift, exile a guy, and then its controller manifests the top card of the library. So exiling dudes. Same here with Path to Exile. Exile a guy, its controller gets to fetch up a basic and put it into play tapped. And Feeling of Dread allows me to tap up to 2 target creatures for a 1 and a white, and then I can flash it back for a 1 and a blue, so I can essentially use it twice. So those are my instants. Next up, we'll take a look at the 2 sorceries that I play. Distortion Strike, 1-cost blue sorcery, gives a creature a +1/+0 and unblockable, so that'll more than likely always be going on Geist of St. Traft, seeing as he has hexproof and not shroud, so I can target him. And Artful Dodge, target creature is unblockable this turn with flashback for its mana cost, so I can use it twice. Alright, so those are my sorceries. Lastly, we're going to take a look at the enchantments that I run, and a lot of these are auras. So with the theme of the deck of trying to either lock down or disrupt my opponent's creatures from being able to block my general, you'll see that in the enchantments as well. So here's Steel of the Godhead. Basically will give my general +2/+2 lifelink and unblockable. So that's pretty solid. Here's Curse of Chains. At the beginning of each upkeep, tap enchanted creature. So tap stuff down. Here's Aqueous Form. 1-cost blue aura. Enchanted creature can't be blocked, and whenever the enchanted creature attacks, you get to scry 1. So being able to go in unopposed every turn and filter my top card is pretty nice. Plumes of Peace. 3-cost white and blue aura. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step, and I can forecast it by revealing it from my hand and paying a white and a blue to tap target creature. For those of you that don't know what forecast is, you can basically reveal this from your hand and pay its forecast cost during your upkeep to get its effect. Here's Writ of Passage. It also has forecast, a 1-cost blue aura. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, if its power is 2 or less, it's unblockable this turn, and you can forecast it by paying 1 and a blue and revealing it, and target creature of power 2 or less is unblockable. So I can basically keep making my general or any of my other creatures unblockable as long as I have this in my hand and I forecast it on my upkeep. It's pretty good. Here's Spectral Flight. Gives the enchanted creature +2/+2 and flying, so gives my general +2/+2 and evasion. Ice Cage. Enchanted creature can't attack or block, and it can't activate its abilities. And if the enchanted creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, Ice Cage gets destroyed. Some more creature disruption there. Oblivion Ring exiles a permanent when it comes in. When Oblivion Ring leaves play, that permanent comes back. Here's a Spirit Mantle. The Battlegrounds only had a Japanese version of this, but it's basically a 2-cost white aura. Gives the enchanted creature +1/+1 and protection from creatures. There's Pacifism. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. Pretty basic there. Cage of Hands. Enchanted creature can't attack or block for 3, and I can pay 2 to return it to my hand. So if my opponent tries to destroy it or something like that, I can get it back to my hand to reuse later. Here's Arrest. Another 3-cost aura. Enchanted creature can't attack or block and can't activate abilities. Detention Sphere. It exiles another non-land permanent not named Detention Sphere, and all other permanents with the same name as that. That second half of that clause won't really ever matter in Commander, but, well, unless you're playing one thing and your opponent's also playing it, so if you're both playing the same card, it'll exile both of those cards, but more or less it's just there as a Oblivion Ring. And lastly, we have Prison Term. Enchanted creature can't attack or block and can't activate abilities, and whenever a creature comes into play under an opponent's control, you may move this to that creature. So if your opponent plays a creature and you put this on, and if they play a more threatening creature, you can move it from the first creature onto the new creature. Alright, so that wraps up my deck tech for my Tiny Leaders Geist of St. Traft deck. It's pretty clear cut on what it wants to do. It wants to disrupt all your creatures and just keep swinging away with the Geist and hit you for lots of damage and spit out 4/4 Flying Angels that will do more damage to you. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, we'd appreciate it if you threw out a like to the video and subscribe to our channel if you're not already, and leave us a comment in the comment section below. We really do like to hear you guys' comments. So again, this has been Jay with Tap and Turn Gaming. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you later. Thanks a lot.